Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Outside Insider with my camera that follows me everywhere. We're finally back with the rookie tape breakdowns. It's been a minute. I know it's been a long time coming since we've got back into some rookie film rooms, and I feel like this is the perfect time to start it going again. Now that we've had OTAs, now that we've had rumblings of Cooper DeJean potentially moving to safety, maybe not full-time, but at least in a hybrid role, it presents a question at nickel corner for, well, who's going to be starting there when Coop is hanging over the top, if that's a route the Eagles go down. And realistically, right now, there's only two options. You've got Parry Nickerson, who's a veteran. Maybe he gets his own film room here. Or the second option, of course, is rookie cornerback Mac McWilliams. So that's what we're going to be breaking down in today's video. What's up, Dan? Nice to see you again. So give me 2 seconds while I get my stream set up, because I know that never normally works here. Make sure it's that one. Cool. Yeah. Oh, it's me. Hello, me. Right, so we'll get straight into it. I suppose there's no reason not to. We'll see if there's actually any tape. I don't want the highlights. We'll have to go UCF defense, aren't we? I think probably the best way to do it. There we go. Right, so we've got TCL, OL. We don't really want offensive line, but I suppose it can sort of work. There we go. That one will do. We're week 5, 2024, UCF versus Colorado. So I'm excited for this. Hopefully you guys are as well. Again, I know it's been a long time coming. I know we've had our a little bit of a break when it comes to streaming, but hopefully you're all back and ready to dive into some popcorn and get going. So the man we're looking for is number 20 for Colorado. We'll mute
Miller input. Shooter
immediately copyright stricken. And we'll see what we can do with it. I'll try and make this as big as we can. There we go. It's about as good as it's going to get, I think. So number 20 is who we're watching out for. That's a good start. So not on that play. Must be on the other side of the field. But Colorado, UCF, obviously, you know, it's a local thing. I'm guessing on that other side. Maybe he's not on the field yet. Definitely played, didn't he, last year, I think? Number 20? He should have done, I assume. No luck just yet. So we haven't actually seen him on the field yet, which is a great start for this film. I want to know who that corner is over here. He looks massive in comparison to quite literally every. I think that's more of a line. That has to be a linebacker or like a hybrid defensive end or something. Or am I just looking in the wrong spot and I should be looking in the nickel? Like, should I be? I don't know where he's lining up. Well, it's neither of them. We'll go a bit further in. Was he injured? Oh, there he was. We had a sight in number 20. Here he is. Right. We've got our first snap. We've got our eyes on. So back here, that looked like a bit of a rough jam there, to be honest. So we'll look at it again. So we're looking up here. You can see he almost jump. Or does he jump the snap? Thinks about it. Don't know. Okay, but then bounces off quite a lot. And the thing is, if that was a route, he's probably at a bit of a disadvantage there. But keeps his frame nicely, nice and compact. I mean, he makes the tackle. We'll watch this at full speed because I want to know. Yeah, there's not really much he can do there. We're not expecting miracles from the young man. I mean, I just don't know what he's doing before the snap, to be honest, because in the NFL, that could be a flag. I mean, I think it was after the snap, but I don't want to spend too much time looking at this, but okay. Interesting. But bigger receiver, simple in route. You're not really expecting to break on a ball there. But now at least we know where he is. Now he's gone again. I think he was actually in the nickel that time, but that's fine. Not there, in the nickel. Yeah, so he's in the nickel. All right, so misses the tackle. So that's not a good look off the jump. So formation here, obviously not really playing the nickel. That's sort of zone coverage. And then that, I'm assuming, will be man with the safety, because you've got kind of press coverage down the bottom. But bounces out to cover that nicely. Running back's going to come his way. And yeah, not the best look there off the jump for Mac McWilliams. So we might have to go through a few of these to get a proper gauge. Is it the angle? Was it just a good... Well, I can see what he's tried to do. He's tried to stop the running back going vertical and force him around the long way, which he has. And the running back's just taken all of that and gone, thanks very much. I will go around that way. And that's been it. What's up, Corey? Look at you reposting the stream. What a baller. One of PSN's finest. Absolute stud. unlike Mac McWilliams so far. I mean, hopefully that changes, and this is just a temporary thing. So he's on the other side there. So they're moving him around the defense quite a lot, which is intriguing. Potentially another versatile option the Eagles have in their backfield. There's a flag there. Not involved in that play, so we'll skip on a little bit. I don't think he's on the field there either. No. Interesting. I don't know if this is like just par for the course, but he's not getting a ton of. I mean, we're only one quarter in, and we're not seeing too much of him on the field, which is great for a film room. But I would rather this than, as we say, just cherry pick highlights and convince ourselves, he is the next big play Slay, because it's just not. It's not good. It's a little bit disingenuous. It's not what we're about. So I think he's back there. Flag on that one. We'll see if he's in the next play in the nickel. He is, and the ball doesn't go his way, so that's fine. But he's very light. I think he's very twitchy. Is the first takeaway. But there are some concerns I just want to see ironed out. Like, there's only 3 plays we've seen. We've seen him made a tackle, almost jump offside, and just look a little bit. Well, the tackling angle wasn't very good on the third one, was it? So we've had a missed tackle, almost offside, and then a regular tackle. So not the best start we've seen here for this cornerback. I mean, okay, so there, has he just been bodied out of this play? His arms are all over the gap. He cannot get into the chest of the tight end. He's trying to there and gets off. I mean, you're not expecting him to make a huge stop there because he is obviously against a bigger receiver. But I think the physicality would be lacking a little bit. Birdbrain says he recommends a senior role clip. So we might have to pivot to those at some point. We'll see if we can find them. Because so far it's not been... I mean, that again was like another missed tackle. That's 2. Yeah, I don't know about that one, mate. I think that's tackling could be an issue. I mean, again, very premature. We don't want to call it off of one quarter of one game, but it's not exactly been his calling card for the first, few snaps that we've seen. Needs to get some background music in here as well, but I don't think it lets me play it in the back of a StreamYard, which is a little bit annoying because it would make for a very chill vibe, mellow out, get copyright strikes, all of that good stuff, It wasn't him on the foul, not him there, so that's fine. Is he in the field there? Nope. He's not really getting a lot of time, and I can kind of see why. But this is only one game as well, so I don't want to be. I'm trying not to be too preemptive because we've seen nowhere near enough to make any kind of judgment yet. But you also have to remember this isn't a first round pick. This is a guy drafted in the heart of the selections, and he's going to be a little bit rustier. But that looked nice. Okay, that was better. Where was he before the snap? Let's watch that again, because I'm pretty sure he was down the bottom in the nickel. Opened his hips well to kind of force the receiver between himself and the safety. Doesn't try to let him cut across. Does lose a step. Does he gain it back? We'll find out here. He's underneath the ball, which is nice. And do you know what? Good play. Good play. That you can't ask for more than that. Offside there, which is good. But that was much better. I think he stayed in phase very well, lost a step, recovered it back, tried to make a play on the ball. You're not going to get a much tidier play than that, I suppose. Now, that wasn't great. He does this weird thing. That's twice now that's happened, where he just seems to allow too much depth between himself. Like the first step, and I understand if he's playing zone coverage, but if you look at everyone else, hasn't moved, hasn't moved, hasn't moved, hasn't moved. The only one to have taken a back step is McWilliams. And then he has to replant his foot. And by the time he's done that, now he's got to get going again. And it's just the easiest thing ever for this little underneath route there for number 10. And McWilliams has got no hope whatsoever in catching him up. So that's something that is absolutely going to have to be coached out with him at the next level, because that isn't, sustainable to me at all. Like, if you do that against someone like, I don't know, Debo or Tyreek, how even Smitty in training camp or Jahan Dotson, like, they're just going to eat you alive. You can't be just stepping back. If that is man coverage and he's you know, I get it, trying to afford himself a little bit more time to make a decision. Did he do it there a little bit as well? You see him in the nickel here. No, it's better, but don't know. It's a little bit too jumpy to me. Everything just feels a little bit too jumpy at the minute, which is fine. Like that's for a mid-round pick corner. I mean, good hustle to the ball. Doesn't do anything when he's there. I mean, what? Not great, not terrible. I mean, that was all right. You can't again. Not expect him to blow through traffic there and make a stoppie, but see, even there, he did it. The first step is always back. Like that has to be. Look again. Look, the back foot. This is something that has to be being coached, and it's even worse on there, or it's a screen. Because if that was a really quick bubble screen, it's an extra couple yards, and that can make all the difference when you're in pursuit or something like that. So I don't know. Like I want to keep an eye on that through the rest of the games that we watch, because that is certainly it's something. It has to be a coaching thing. It has to be a coaching thing. Doesn't do it this time. Reads that really well. Doesn't bite on this one underneath. Stays with the player. I don't think he ends up. The quarterback runs in the end, and yeah, I don't blame him for not really going in for that tackle, because that could get messy when it's a quarterback. But yeah, just very. Maybe I'm overthinking it, and this is like a normal thing. But I want to watch see if he does it here as well, because this is zone. Doesn't do it as much. Doesn't do it as much. He's down the bottom left of your screen, just coming out of shot. Closes, well, yeah, that was nice. Closes, okay, so the click and closes there. The athleticism's there at least, and the speed to come downhill. Yeah, it wouldn't be someone that goes to the top of my my draft board, put it that way. So off of what we've seen in this game at least. But again, long day. We've got some good Senior Bowl reps to take a look at apparently, so we can look at those soon. But intrigued to know what you guys think. I genuinely can't tell if I'm just overthinking it and that this is like all a big non-issue or anything. I don't know how they leave the penalties in. Winds me up because I have to skip through, then I skip too far. Oh, there's another one there now. Jinxed it. Okay, we're back. So in the nickel again. The first footwork. The thing is, like, would I be saying the opposite if he was stuck in the mud? I'd rather him moving, and I prefer that. And that was okay. Go on, make the tackle. Yeah, good. That was really good. Really well read. You can see that. Well, we'll try and pause it as a freeze frame that's really good here. Like, look at his head. His eyes are constantly looking downfield. He's not going to get held up by this block. He sees the running back coming, disengages the block, keeps his head on the running back coming laterally, and then makes his way to close off that path and force him outside. Really good rep. That was great. That's much, much better. So it's a mixed bag through the opening game that we've seen. Better tackle. Okay, there's some life here. There is some life. All right, so it's not a lost cause just yet. We haven't seen him get burned. We haven't seen him, give up a huge reception or completely whiff on a crucial tackle. He's tried to come downhill there, and that's gone. Get off that block. Okay, good. That was better again. There was a real bit of chip to that as well when he's trying to get into the chest. Look at the slot receiver get walked back about 3 yards. And all he's got to do there is seal that so the player comes back inside and into safe hands, which is what he does. Really, so he's caught fire a bit here in this third quarter. He's playing much, much better. I think now we just have to work out which one is the stable floor, which one's the outlier. Like is this the normal player? Like that was good hustle back to the ball there. We see from the nickel, turn up field. Maybe a little bit light in terms of sprinting. It was covered by his team, and I'm not going to, have a go at him for that. But in coverage check, okay, right. Now, this has been something where we just let it brew, let it marinate. Really good. I just want to see in coverage that first step, though. Is it backwards again? Shading inside. No, much better. Much better. Stays ahead of the receiver there. Allows a little bit too much room, I would say. But between him and the ball, he saved it really nicely. But at that point there, you can't really see it. There, just a little bit too much. That's a throw. That's an NFL throw to an NFL receiver, and that's probably a touchdown. It's probably at least a first down. That's too much for me. I think that's a little bit too much. The ball was underthrown. It allows McWilliams to just get back onto it. Can't get the receiver, but the best thing he can do is get his arm up in that gap and nudge it away, which he does very well. So the fightiness around the catch point is good, right? Like he's not afraid to go in there and try and make a challenge. We've got another ball that looked like that might have been coming his way there for a minute, and Sanders instead takes it off for a run. But I just want to see that coverage wrap there. He's going to get turned around. Yeah. Tricky one, that, because you never really know how you want a corner to defend him. He's shading him outside. And as soon as your hips are turned that way, it's just the easiest thing in the world for a receiver to flip underneath. But again, took the throw away. Like he was still in phase. I think the agility has probably kept him within an arm's length, and that's been enough for a quarterback to tuck it and run instead of throwing the easy ball. So certainly there's promise here. Like this is work in progress, but there's definitely, off of one game at least, a lot to like. So it's crazy how that opinion changed, because he started this game off really shakily. And I was kind of worried about physicality-wise. I was worried about the tackling and the technique in general. We did it again there. First step back, ready? Bang, everyone else is moving forward, apart from the safeties and corners who are all steady. And the only one to have a foot behind him is McWilliams. But it depends if he was playing the break on the screen, I guess. I'm not sure. Makes a tackle there. That was good. That was nice. In coverage, is that going as well? I think it is. Again, did well at the end. That middle bit. NFL, that's probably gonna be a reception, you'd like to think, with the receiver, but did very, very well at the end. So the cherry on the cake itself is just a little bit undercooked. You know, I talk a lot about, I said that with Vinny Curry at the time when he was with the Eagles. Like, he was an edge rusher that had the cake. He was great. Couldn't quite put the cherry on it. This is like having a really, really nice succulent cherry, and the cake is just a bit sloppy. You know, like, good play. And I'm not going to criticize a good play. It was a good play, good recovery. But there's some work to be done there, I think, for the end. We can't view this as college tape. We have to view this as, all right, well, if that was going to happen against an NFL slot receiver, is he going to get away with it? Right? And in that particular play and the one before he broke it up, I don't think either of them he would have got away with, really. So that's the end of one of them. We'll see what else we can get our hands on. What's this one? This is BYU. So 7-0. Jesus, I thought they were going to be a worse opponent, but fair enough. Making it hard to see the numbers, I can't lie, because it's black and gold, and you can't really see the numbers without it being white, I don't think. But he's not on the field yet. So we're on game number 2. Game number 1, I would say he's okay. You know, for a mid-round pick, the upside is there. Was he in? Yeah, no, that wasn't him. Okay. So I was him trying to break that up then for a minute, but still not on the field? Still not on the field. Okay. Still nothing there, I don't think, unless he's on the left-hand side. We'll have a look in a minute. Nope. But it's happened in the other games, so we'll give it some time, and we'll just enjoy some college ball in the meantime. Ooh. Okay, I don't know who this quarterback is, but that was okay. Who is that? All right, he's got some wheels on him. There's number 20. No, it's not. It's number 10. Brilliant. This is going extremely well. This is a fun quarterback. I don't know. I don't know. I follow enough college football to pick out a name. But you know when, like, Hank Backmeyer, like, before he got injured, and then just like the wheels fell off. Kind of reminiscent of that. Yeah, I don't know why I'm getting that vibe, but it's a fun vibe. Still not on the field, by the way, so that's good. I might have spoke too early about the quarterback. Yeah, he's still not playing. I think because they're just playing more two quarterback sets. They're not really playing with a nickel. Nothing there. Nope. Going well. So he's just not on the field here at all. Nothing again. I'm making sure this is the right team, isn't it? UCF. I'm just making sure I'm watching the right team play. Good throw under duress. I ended up being more drawn to the quarterback, I think, weirdly. Oh, well, there's no corner to watch. He's not on the field. So, I mean, you might as well watch something. And yeah, it's just not playing. We might have to go straight to the Senior Bowl clips in a minute because there is nothing here. Like, he literally is not on the field. Number 20 is who we're looking for. If any of you spot him before I do, please let me know. Where's my hair? Well, Mr. Sandman, before at the peak of the Eagles' losing run in 2024, and then when they started winning again, I made a bet that if the Eagles got, I think it was if the Eagles won like 5 in a row, then I would shave my head like Sirianni did. So I did that, and it does need another buzz though. It's getting a bit hedgehoggy now at top, so we do need to do another one. But I did it in honor of Nick Sirianni, and then the Eagles won a Super Bowl. So I feel like I can't really not do that anymore. You know, like I have to consistently play the part. What's up, Ron? Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for stopping in the stream. Still nothing on number 20 here. So I've not seen a single play from him. Was he hurt? Was he benched? Let's find another game because he's just not on here, is he? So we'll find another one. We need. We haven't done TCU yet, so. And there's black numbers, so hopefully they'll stand out a bit more than gold and we can actually see if he's on the field. Not gone well, but the cornerback just fell over. Shame about that quarterback, though, whoever that TCU one is. Yeah, but, he's on the field. There he is, number 20. Right. We've got our eyes on him. I like the back pedal there was a little bit frantic, I can't lie. Not the most majestic movement in the world, but maintains leverage without opening his hips. Like, I get it. It's all there. I think he's got the fundamentals in. So he's still on that boundary again on that left side, which is great for a pass that goes to the other side, but that's fine. Mouthpiece down, getting a bit of aura farm in there for him. Can't fault him for that. Right, this is what I want to see. Okay, doesn't do the first step thing there. So he's not done that so far, but now he's in man coverage. He's been given some work by the receiver at the line. It's a run play anyway, so it doesn't matter. Oh, no, he gets faked out. Oh, there you go. Right, much better. In full motion, yeah, reads that really well, closes that really well. That could have been a big play. Better view of it here. Covers nicely. Yeah, that's really impressive. That's the kind of thing you want to see on tape. Oh, that's not. Jesus Christ. He got stuck in the mud there. 2 receivers running at him. And I can't tell if he's just bit on the wrong one or like it's obviously trying to cross out one of the corners. And I can't tell if he was. For someone I was saying, I'd like him to not move as much before the snap. Now he's just. I don't know. But that receiver has blown past him. Like that's a touchdown if that pass comes off. Luckily for him, it didn't. But yeah, that's the biggest beat we've seen on him so far, and that's a much bigger receiver as well. I don't know if he's as quick or not, but only time will tell, I suppose. Giving some work there. Yeah, that's what's. I kind of worry about the physicality because I don't think he's got that core strength in like the center of his mass to cling to. Like, this is just, it's like taking candy from a baby for the receiver. You just bully your way through. McWilliams does his best to kind of stay in phase and read the route with his body, but that is. I wonder if it's like the first step. Like, there's something about that first step. Like, he's very. I don't know. That's almost like an edge rusher trying to get past a tackle. That doesn't look like a cornerback block, you know. And he's tried to knock him off the stem, and it just hasn't worked. Yeah, he might need to put on a few. You know, like have some Wendy's, have some Taco Bell, get yourself bulked up a little bit. I think that might have to be a priority in the off season. Is that another one here? Better. How much space is? See, that's another one where I just think at the NFL level, I can't imagine. It's again the end product is there. It's how he gets there that is the slight issue. It just allows too much space, and that's the third or fourth time that's happened. Like, you can't leave a gap like that at the NFL level. Like, and he's got the closing speed to recover and to get back over the top and to punch the ball away. But by that point, you are just trying to battle the inevitable, and you know it's like trying to deter a nuclear bomb at the last second. You know, yeah, it might be the city next to you, but if you'd done it an hour ago, it would have been in the ocean, and you would have been all right. So you have to drinking water, but that's by the by, you know. Like, it's a really weird skill set. Like, it's such a mixed bag of pros and cons. Well, you have some corners, like I've always said that, you know, you have breakfast corners and dinner corners, and breakfast corners are sort of like good at the start of the route and they jam really well and they're really patient and they can read a route. And then you've got dinner corners who you might struggle at the start of the route, but then recover and make these brilliant plays at the end, and they fight at the catch point and they're kind of pick merchants and they bat a lot of balls down. And McWilliams is like neither, but also sort of both at different times. Like, it's I don't think I've seen a corner for I couldn't name the last one that I can't really get a read on. And I don't know if I'm, again, overthinking it or not. I'd love to hear some of your guys' thoughts in the comments. But like, he's got all the right things. Like, he can tackle. He does have good click and close. You know, he is good at the catch point. Great agility and explosiveness to work himself back into routes. But he's not physical. He can miss tackles. And he leaves too much space in coverage. His first step is a little bit inconsistent. Can get bullied out of play. And it's like, you can't have a corner that is somehow good at the things he's bad at. If that makes sense. Like there, for instance. So he gives up another touchdown here. And he's back to the ball. Like, at that point, I don't actually know what I know he's got eyes on the receiver at that point, but this is what I mean, where you leave it too late. Like, if your best part and, you know, of the route is this bit, it's too late to get in, and his hand's in the right place and he jumps up and he tries to make a play and the willingness is there. I don't necessarily think that's on him, because the other, like, I think that's a linebacker just gets absolutely burned on the outside. You can see here, just going to run right through him. And then it's up to McWilliams to kind of peel off the man that he's on. So if you watch it again, McWilliams is initially here, spots the ball and has to work back. So it's certainly not his fault, that one. I'll tell you what, that one I don't think is his fault. I think he's done a good job actually of peeling off a route. That was, yeah, I'm taking that one back. Ignore me for that last 10 seconds at least, because I think that is, that's okay. I don't think that's him necessarily. I think it was a lapse from the other player, and he's done a good job to at least put himself in a position to, you know, jar that ball loose, or tried to. So I'm not going to scold him for that. I think he's done all he can there, quite frankly. So don't sweat that one. What's up, Greg? Nice to see you in the chat, man. I hope you're keeping well. Good to be back, breaking down some Eagles tape again. I know it's been a little while. Yeah, I just can't get a read on him. We'll watch the Senior Bowl stuff after this because I think that's that's been the thing that I'm clinging to as a sign of real assertion that this was a great pick. I'm not saying he can't be, but it's just such a weird bag. Such a weird bag of strengths and weaknesses. To me, at least. And I'm not an NFL scout, obviously, so take what I say with a pinch of salt to some degree. But I just find it really weird. Like, normally there's like patterns of he's great at this bit, he's bad at this bit. And this is just so up and down. Not on the field for... Oh, no, he's on the field for that one. Okay. He's back in the nickel. So they do move him around. So the Eagles are going to be able to capitalise on that. That, again, bro, tackling is an issue. I think that's 3. Like, I don't think there's an excuse for this, is there? Like, just... I don't know. It's also hard because you are running full speed at someone. Like, let's be rational. You're running full speed at a player. And at least doing that stopped him. Like, he had to stop to avoid the tackle. Therefore, it allowed number 9 to actually make the stop. So, it's more of a human sacrifice, I think, at that stage. But, I don't, again, you got to think that the NFL, it's just a bit sporadic. It's very, very sporadic. Like, you've already overshot that. You can't slow yourself down. He's trying to while going forward. Made a bit of contact. It's almost like he's just too quick for his own good there. But, I mean, at that point, I don't know. It's not the tackle that I think is the issue there. It's at this point, like, I would be trying to almost slow up because you know the boundaries on your left. There's only so much further he's going to be able to go, like, around the outside. And if you overshoot that and it's a nil point, it's irrelevant, but it just makes you wonder if, given the level of receivers that the Eagles have in training camp, is he going to get worked on a lot? Is he going to end up giving a lot of big plays? And I think that's a possibility based on what we've said here. He's out of position. He's a safety trying to... Was he previously a safety, Greg? Because that I didn't know if that's the case, which might explain a lot. Because he'd certainly be better away from the ball. Like, not in a bad way, but then you're taking out the weaknesses. Like, if he's inconsistent in press and the tackles are a bit whimsical, but the agility's there and he's good at the catch point and he's really good at kind of just, that final third, then maybe it's the other way around. Maybe McWilliams is going to be the guy that ends up moving to safety and Coop stays in the slot. That, at least based off this, I wouldn't mind. Because we all know that Coop's been brilliant in the nickel. He's proven himself now as a rookie. Come up with, arguably one of the greatest players in Eagles history. And you've got a guy here that it's so bizarre. But if he was a safety should tackle better, very true. Yeah. I did think that, to be fair, when it was said. I was like, yeah. But then again, like, would he tackle better if he had the better angles? Like, if we went back to that, the one a minute ago where I see what's that now? He's come down. Like, when the running back was going towards the boundary, like, that was much more not slowing down in time. And if you're further away, you've got more time to process that, I'd like to think. So maybe that's something to ponder, at least, I guess, between now and training camp. But yeah, like, I think the Eagles draft classes have been so good that this is the first player in the last 3 years that I've seen on tape where I've not gone, that's why they've drafted him. Like, you look at Ty Robinson, athletic monster. You look at Andrew McCuber. You look at Jahad Campbell, and it's so obvious. And I get that that's obviously going to get murkier when you... Sorry. When you talk about, the depth of the draft, but like stuff like, what's going on here? What are we doing? So he's working downhill on the screen. Is it just a bad angle? So, okay, that's okay. He's trying to stay outside, seeing the guy coming in. You assume, to be fair, this guy's the main culprit of an issue here. Does he have the speed to stay with him? Yeah. Well, I don't know what that was, actually. We'll watch that back a few more times just to... He's trying to trying to rip the ball out, doesn't make the tackle, guy gets an extra 5 yards. That sort of thing. I don't know. It's so. I'll just keep saying it's so weird. I'll keep going over and over it, and I'm sorry if I bore you with it. The issue is because he's not angle better. Yeah, he didn't square himself up. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Like, he just kind of dives in at wherever he's facing and hopes for the best with it. 5'10", 190, 440. Sounds like a standard corner. I mean, the speed's certainly there. I don't know, man. I think physicality is also going to get to him. Like, I don't think he's got the power to cling to blocks and stuff, and that's certainly concerning for the next level. I've gone back a bit there. There we go. Nothing on that one. Cool. Next play. Was he in the slot there? No. But if you look at the difference, like, this is really silly already. If you look at this man coverage here, right? Look how close he is to the receiver. Look at the arm to bridge the contact. Like, we're talking about number 7 here. Like, that's infinitely better in terms of technique. So maybe it is just a coach. Like, if he can learn and he can adapt and he can grow, then he's got the tools. Again, it's an unfinished product at the minute. But I would expect this out of like a 6th, a 7th, round pick. Undrafted guys at smaller schools where you just can't quite get a gauge, but you like a lot about what they say. It's sort of like having a startup business and they've got no good marketing, but the product's amazing. And it's like, they're not going to sell anything and they're not going to grow without the right direction, but the product itself is worth investing in. And I think that's kind of the same thing we're seeing here, where as a player, like, I think you've got something, whether that's a change of position, whether it's just through coaching or what, but it's just definitely going to take a while to come to fruition. Like that, see, something like that is pretty good. Keeps his head downfield, peels off, breaks down, and he would have. Well, I say he would have made that stop. I can't really say that either way, but position-wise was much better. And you see it here as he just comes across. So ball comes out in the flat, and they're going to show it. No, they don't, which is really annoying. Okay, add a tackle there. That's a tackle at least. One of the lightest ones he'll ever have to do. But hey, beggars cannot be choosers. We have now seen another successful tackle. Not on the field on that. Oh, he is there, but I don't like the effort on that. I mean, it's a 3-point game in the 4th quarter. And look at sprinting, and just I don't like that. Look, I chastised Smelmondon for it. I would chastise him as well. That is boring. That's really bad. Like I don't like that. And look, it's petty. It's probably not that big a deal, but it's the little things that will go a long way, right? Like, I think that counts for something. Sandy, he plays too deep at times, which easily puts him out of position. His hips are stiff, which means he's uncomfortable with sudden turns. I don't know. I think because he can be twitchy, like he's shown that. But he can flip his hips sometimes really smooth. I think it's to do with the depth. You're absolutely right. And it's the positioning. It's all positioning. I think the intent is always there. Apart from that last play, I don't know what that was. If he does that again here, we've got problems because they're now in a position to score. Oh, big sack. No, it's not a sack. No, not a touchdown, though. So, 20 was in coverage. Should we get a look at him? Down the bottom. Good. That was fine. Stuff like that. So, like, again, if you just watched instantly after the snap, it's just that closing angle. I think it's when he's going, when he can click and close in a straight line, he's fine. I think it's getting positioned to do that. Like, it feels very D-pad, not very joystick. Is probably the best way I could describe it. Is his directions are that way, that way, that way, that way. There's no diagonals. There's no roads. Do you know what I mean? It's very fixed. I can't tell if that's a good analogy or not, but we'll go with it. Yeah, he's number 20. But yeah, 23 years old. But yeah, when this is done, we'll finish off by watching the Senior Bowl stuff if we can find him. I think we've seen all we can from here. I thought that was him then. I was about to get a bit worried again because he was doing that thing. But 25 seconds left. It's a 1-point game. UCF have the lead. Be on the field, make a pick. Go on, make me eat my words. Eradicate all those concerns, and all will be good in the world. That was nice by number 7. I don't think he's on the field. And do you know what? I don't blame them, to be honest, because it's not someone I want to lean on. Which isn't the greatest vote of confidence. Oh, he's on the field there. Cool. All right. Well, that was an experience. I don't want UCF highlights. Can we not get Senior Bowl? Can we not? Is there no? Here we go. That's the offensive line, defensive line. I'm guessing it's going to be like a Twitter thing. I don't really want to trawl through X looking for cherry pick clips. So what we'll do is we'll end it with watching an unfortunate highlight reel, which I really don't like doing because it is just cherry pick plays that are obviously going to paint him in the best light. But we'll see what he's at like. We'll see what he's like at his best. Yeah. Now we've seen the floor. He's made a tackle. So if a tackle is a highlight in a 1 minute 34-second compilation of season-long highlights, a tenth of that has been taken up by one tackle. Did he make that stop? Was it? Yeah, that was okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But they're playing New Hampshire. Yeah, that's 2 highlights that have come from New Hampshire. I've never heard of New Hampshire. Okay, that was nice. That was actually really cool because he peels off one play. That's twice he's done that. He did it in the last game as well. You can see there, he kind of peels off of this guy and then just moves across and jumps the route. Good. That's what you should do as a cornerback. And breaks the tackle. Oh, go on. Cool. Yeah, never mind. Good effort, though. Oh, breaks that one out. That's Florida, that one. Okay. I don't know what number 3 is doing there. Risking a flag, but we move. See, even that, like the tackles are still missing. Even in the highlights, they're still missing. Country Roads Take Me Out. He's on a special teams play. Is he being the gunner? Oh, he's on the return. So that's interesting. They've got him on returns. Why is that a highlight, though? I mean, look, if this is your highlight, these are your highlight. That was good. But was it just a free route to the quarterback? The answer is yes, it was. That's Bryce Huff's New York Jets highlights. Like that's. I honestly don't know. There I am. We're back. I know. I'm sorry. And to anyone here, I think we kind of missed. Some of you might have missed the stream on Monday. Just want to apologise for the lack of streams again. Just one of those months where it was like one thing after another, and like I just couldn't find a rhythm. Like I didn't want to just come back for one day and then not be able to do the Wednesday, or like come back on the Wednesday and not do the Friday or the Monday after. So like my girlfriend needed a pacemaker change, and then she had to go to the hospital and stay overnight. So that took out like 2 or 3 days. You had to travel like 2 hours to the hospital, and then she went away to Australia, and then I ended up getting like gout in my foot, and then that messed me up. So it's just been one of them where it's like whenever there's a time, something's kind of got a bit tits up. So we're back now, Monday, Wednesdays, maybe Fridays, depending on flipping the birds. It'll be one of us going either Friday. And we'll have a Sixers stream, hopefully tomorrow as well. So we are back, but I promise I've not gone anywhere, Alex. I hope you're well. But yeah, it's... I don't know what to make of him. I don't know what to make. I think that Greg makes gout the rich man's disease. To be fair, it could have been gout or it could have been a sprain. But all I know is I took my mum to see Bruce Springsteen in Liverpool. which is like 8 hours from me. And I could barely walk on the day going, and I almost stayed home. Like, it was a Christmas present from last year, and I almost told my younger brother to go in place of me, and I'd just pay for it. And I was like, no, we'll grin and bear it. And after the first night, so we stayed 2 days, and on the first night, I physically just couldn't walk. And then the second day, just kind of like took a load of painkillers and got through it. And then it just swelled like really bad. So I had ice on it for like 2 days solid when I got back. 8-hour train back like journey was not fun with that going on. So yeah, I can't tell if it was gout or if I just sprained it somehow, but it happened 2 weeks ago, and even now it can be a little bit difficult to walk on. So I don't know what I've done. But alas, that is not what we're here for. We are here to talk Mac McWilliams, and I just can't get a gauge. I was honestly really hoping there would be. Look, I'm a big cornerback guy, you know, like, and if there's like an excuse to gas up good young cornerbacks and to get behind them, you know, I was a huge Rasul Douglas guy. I'm a huge Keely Ringo guy. I love Quinyon Mitchell. I just thought that at the time Terrion Arnold was the better play for a long-term development. But look, they're both incredible players, and I think Quinyon has gone out of his way to prove his worth. But I just cannot get a read on him. I cannot get a read on him, and it is bizarre. Greg makes a great point saying the INT, he squared his hips, then jumped. So he's very much like a free safety, which I guess to me raises the question of if the Eagles are experimenting, or apparently trying to experiment with Cooper DeJean moving to safety, which is something I said it a long time ago. I was laughed at for it. I said, I think he's going to move to safety, and it was no. If they do it, is the better decision to move Mac McWilliams instead, and then just have Cooper DeJean in the slot with Parry Nickerson behind your safeties then of Reed, of Makuba, of Lewis Sign, and Mac McWilliams. McWilliams sounds submitted. Yeah, put it this way. Look, I mean, what we can do is if I go on my sheets page, that's the PSN schedule. Ignore that for our shows. That's not even the right. God's sake, I don't even know. I don't even doctor name. I don't have the thing up, which is really annoying. But I would have graded him out. And if I'm honest, I don't think he'd have graded that high. But again, it's a late round pick, so it's kind of hard to say. So I guess my closing thoughts are he's got potential. Whether it's a corner, whether it's a safety is an unknown. And whether it's someone that is just going to need a lot of time in the lab. I think he's going to need to put on a little bit of muscle. I think he's going to need a lot of coaching technique-wise, because there are certainly some flaws in his technique. And if you can coach up the ball instincts, which are really good, and the explosiveness and the athleticism, which are really good, you do have the potential for a starting corner / safety / wherever you want to put him. It's there. It's just going to need a little bit of work. And that's it, I suppose. That is the story of Mac McWilliams. So we'll be back live potentially Friday. If not, it will be Monday. Depends again on if Flipping the Bird is streaming and other things. But if not, it'll be Monday where we'll take on the next draft prospect. And I can't remember off the top of my head who that was. I feel like it was one of the linemen. Was it Egan? Was that last year? Am I getting confused? Let me have a look. So we've done Campbell, Makuba, Robinson, McWilliams. We've done Mondo. I've done them the wrong way round. Drew Kendall is next. That's the one. So it's Drew Kendall. We've got Drew Kendall. Kyle McCord will be a fun one. Miles Hinton and Cameron Williams, 2 more offensive tackles. And then the big one that I think everyone's going to be probably waiting out for is Antoine Powell-Ryland. So that's all still to come. If I was being honest, I'd say we have a good gunner and returner. That's true. I think that there's at least special teams upside. Just don't let him tackle. just have him on the offensive side of special teams specifically. Just do not let him tackle, and you'll be all right. But there's room to work with, and we'll see what the Eagles can do. I think training camp's going to be very, very interesting because, unfortunately, like I said, I couldn't see the Senior Bowl stuff. So we either find out, can he hang with the likes of Smitty, with the likes of Jahan Dotson, with the likes of AJ Brown? Even, look, I know a lot of you guys aren't high on him, but someone like Aeneas Smith, right, that may not exactly be the flashiest receiver in the world, but in terms of speed, in terms of routes where he can, break some ankles, and he hang with that rather than against New Hampshire, for instance. That's going to be intriguing. He's a player that I would certainly circle in red for the upcoming training camp just to see how he's used and what the upside is. But plenty of fun to be had, I think, for this summer. It's going to be a lot of interesting conversations around the cornerback position. So yeah, I think that just about covers everything. So until next time, guys, thank you so much again for watching. If you could leave a like on the way out of the theatre, that would be absolutely sensational. And I'll either see you again on Friday, if not on Monday. So we'll do it all over again, and we'll take a look at Drew Kendall, the centre for the Eagles, rookie. We'll see what he's got in terms of potential, and we'll go from there. So enjoy the rest of your Wednesday evening, guys. Go Birds. I'll see you soon.